So I watched episode 4 of Obi-Wan after Miss Marvel, and I'm going to try and not let the bitterness I have from that series to influence my opinion on the delightful first episode I just experienced of Miss Marvel. Hey guys, welcome back to Adlib Talk, and this is my review for episode 1 of Miss Marvel. Before we start with this review, as always guys, don't forget to leave a like on this video and please do consider subscribing. So Miss Marvel is a TV miniseries created by Bisha K. Ali, being streamed on Disney Plus right now. The story here focuses on the character from the Marvel comics called Kamala Khan, who eventually does become Miss Marvel. Now, the series is a coming-of-age teen story for character Kamala Khan, who is a big fangirl of the Avengers. She is particularly passionate about Captain Marvel, also known as Carol Danvers, and Kamala is a fascinating character. We see her drawing and writing fan fiction for the different Marvel characters. She's a high school student from Jersey City with an apparent talent for drawing and for animations. She has also her animations, which she puts onto YouTube. She has a very strong friendship as well with Bruno, who is her best friend. Now, episode 1 was a great introduction for the character, as we got to explore a lot of different aspects of our protagonist's personal life. We see her relationship with her parents, whom, while seeming to be very loving, are also quite controlling of her life. We see how her mother especially seems to fail to understand Kamala and her passions, especially any concept of the Avengers. We also see that Kamala, was being quite a smart kid, seems to be struggling at school. In fact, we start off the episode first by seeing her fail a driving test in a rather funny scene, and then having a meeting with the school counselor, who tells her that she kind of needs to get her head out of the clouds and back into reality. In the meantime, Kamala, together with her best friend Bruno, complete their cosplay costume of Captain Marvel, which Kamala plans to wear for AvengerCon. The only problem will be obviously convincing her parents to let her go, which she attempts to, but obviously fails, as her parents are extremely stubborn. In the meantime, Kamala receives an important box from her grandmother, and in it, Kamala finds a golden bangle, which her mother seems to look at in disdain, and quite a lot of importance is given to this bangle. Kamala and her best friend Bruno manage to sneak out after a very long plan, and they go to AvengerCon, and it is there where Kamala takes part in the cosplay. Now, as part of her costume, Kamala decides to wear that golden bangle that we mentioned before, and this is to give a personal touch to her cosplay. And as she wears the golden bangle, this kind of cosmic power seems to consume her, and she starts to shoot energy constructs, causing complete destruction. Kamala escapes with her friend, but when she arrives home, she finds her mom waiting for her at her bed, and her mom is obviously very upset that she lied to her, and that is where we end the first episode. Now, as an introduction to the character of Kamala Khan, I think episode 1 was very successful in its goal. In the 40 minutes runtime, I managed to quickly start empathizing with our protagonist, whilst also getting to know her much better. The writing works well in this aspect, whilst also being helped by the excellent performance by Iman Vellani, who does a bang-up job portraying the 16-year-old Avengers fan. Having watched a lot of interviews prior to the release of the series, I could already tell that Iman Vellani was the perfect casting choice for this role, because she is in fact Kamala Khan. She is basically portraying herself, a massive Marvel fan, in the role. The moment she finds out that she has this kind of power, Kamala portrays the panic anyone would feel really, really well. But at the same time, I also enjoyed watching her during the more emotional moments of this series, which were also some of the strongest, such as the scene with her parents, where she breaks her father's heart, telling him that he would embarrass her as the big Hulk. That was a very powerful scene. These are all very strongly written moments which are perfectly portrayed by this very talented actress. I must also say that most, if not all, the supporting cast do a very, very good job in supporting Kamala in her role. Whilst the writing and performances are very good, I must say that the most impressive aspect of this series were the tone and stylistic choices taken by the series creators. It seems like a combination of Mitchell's versus the Machines, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, with Kamala's drawings and animations brought to life beautifully, expressing her emotions really well. And this all adds a nice stylistic touch. What Miss Marvel has in its favor is also the very rich culture from which to take inspiration, because we've got the Pakistani community in Jersey, which is depicted in a very fascinating way, and I really enjoyed seeing even the simplest of stuff, like how the Khan family interact with each other, the different music they listen to, the different styles of architecture and design around, and so on. It's definitely a colorful series, and no one can accuse it of not looking good. Yes, some of the CGI effects of Miss Marvel's powers don't seem too convincing, but that is, as always, unfortunately, a budget problem. But apart from that, I really did love the stylistic choices, as well as most of the camera work and cinematography, which follows Kamala throughout the 40 minutes of the first episode. Now, overall, Miss Marvel's first episode has been a great introduction to the character and the world that she inhabits. We are yet to see any antagonist so far, but to be perfectly honest, I would love if this series continued to explore Kamala's personal life and how she deals with her powers together with her relationship with her best friend and family. This does not seem to be the case, however, considering that mid-credit scene. Overall, I had a great time with the first episode, and my rating for it is a 4 out of 5. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that review, and if you did, as always, don't forget to leave a like on this video, and please do consider subscribing. Cheers, and I'll see you guys next time right here on Adlib Talk.